There we go. Okay, lovely. So nice to meet you, everyone. It's amazing to have so many people here with me today. Just give me 1 second. Let me just organize myself. Gallery. There we go. Right, everyone. Bear with me. I've just got people coming into the waiting room at the same time. It's nice to see so many faces. Right, where are we? Okay, so while we're waiting, for anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Nazia. I am a toxic relationship recovery coach. I can see some familiar faces, and Gozia, it's so lovely to finally see you and to meet you as well.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, it's absolutely lovely to see you. I'm so happy to finally put a face to the voice.
And vice versa, I'm really happy to be with you here today.
Oh, that's amazing, because we've spoken so much, haven't we, on Messenger? We've never had a conversation in reality, so it's just amazing. I've don't actually really use Zoom, to be honest with you. This is the first time I'm using Zoom to actually host a meeting, but I think I'm doing okay so far. So for anyone who's just joining, I will be letting them in and entering into the waiting room as we're going. Excuse me, guys, just give me 2 seconds. I'll give it another minute or so, and then we'll jump in. But yeah, for anyone who's just hang on, there we go. I can hear that admit. Just entering people. I'm so surprised we've had such a good turnout. It's amazing. I'm really, really pleased to be able to help so many people today. So what I'm going to do, everyone, I'm just going to put you all on mute for a short while, and then if short while, I'll bring you back on again when we need to. There we go. Right, mute on. There we go. Okay. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is I am going to start the meeting. There we go. So I'm going to start the meeting now. So, the masterclass. Welcome everyone to the masterclass today. I am so pleased to be here, and I'm so grateful for you to give me your time and for you to be part of this masterclass with me. So we're going to be talking about the 7 real truths about the aftermath of a toxic relationship. Now, I know it's a very sensitive topic, and there's a reason that you are part of this masterclass today, because this is something that you resonated with. It's something that spoke to you, and you want to move forward from that situation that you were in. And I am hoping that what I can deliver today is going to help you to make that transition. So what I'm going to do is we are going to start from here, and it's now just going 7:05. So we're going to actually start the masterclass, and I'm going to share my screen. Bear with me while I let people coming in at the same time as well. Okay, so let's see where I can start from here. By the way, guys, what I'm going to do, I am going to just present the masterclass. If you've got any questions or anything that you want to talk about, anything that you want to mention, just feel free to drop it in the comments. I would absolutely love to know where you're from, and how you're doing today, what's been happening for you today, and what we'll do, we'll come back to the comments towards the end. So once the masterclass has actually run through and I've run through the whole slides, I'm going to come back and I'm going to come and look at your messages. I can see Tess. Oh, Tess, lovely to have you here, sweetie. And you're from the amazing Paris, aren't you? Yes, I saw one of your pictures the other day of Paris at night, and it looked stunning. So one of my go-to places that I need to really go to, although I've been briefly for the day. I can see some messages coming in. Let's have a quick look. I'm from Manchester. Oh, Vicky, brilliant, because I'm from Manchester as well. So that's amazing to hear, not too far from me. Joanna from Romania, lovely to meet you. And remind me how I pronounce your name again. Gozia, did you say? Gozia from Poland. Christina from Germany. Oh, wow. So we've got a mixture of women here with us today. We're all around the world. And Danielle from Coventry. My husband's from Coventry. So yeah, if he hears someone from Coventry today, he'll probably barge into the room going, yeah, Coventry. But yeah, just let me know as you guys are dropping in. It'd be lovely to see you all, and let me know where you're coming from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead now, and I'm going to start to share my screen, and we're going to jump straight into the masterclass. I've just got Emma here from Sussex as well, and I'm going to let a few more people in. It's absolutely amazing to have more people to join because we can all get as much value as we can. Now, just give me 1 second. I got a doorbell sound there. If I can find how to let these people in, that would be brilliant. Right, bear with me. Admission, there must be an option for the admission. I'm sure it will flag up at me again. But because obviously you guys are all here right now, I do want to move forward because I'm conscious of your precious time. And I know that you've taken your time out to be with me today. So, right, share screen. So here we go. Can you see my screen? Just tap it in the comments, guys, if you can. I hope you all can. Yeah, perfect. I've got some nodding of the heads there. Lovely. There we go. Okay. So there's the masterclass, the 7 real truths about the aftermath of a toxic relationship. Okay. Yeah, the aftermath, let me just close that screen there. I forgot I was sharing there. The masterclass is the 7 real truths about the aftermath of a toxic relationship. And what we're going to be covering today, I'm just going to go through my slides with you, and hopefully you guys can see everything that I'm seeing at the same time. Okay, so what is the goal of our time here together? So in this masterclass, I'm going to be talking to you about the 7 real truths about the aftermath of a toxic relationship and what you can do to break that cycle. Because what we're going to be looking at is the disassociations that we need to unravel internally to find healthy love internally and externally, and the solutions that you can start implementing in your life that you can walk away with and implement. Because I'm sure we can all agree we've had some kind of situation in our lives that's been toxic, and we want to be here to break that cycle. And I am going to give you that knowledge, excuse me, give you some tools that you can take away with you to empower yourself today. So who is this masterclass for? It's for women who have been through toxic abuse and find themselves stuck in that place of feeling life is on a standstill. Now, when I say women, I only say that because I personally deal with women. I do have men approaching me as well, but the main focus of the clients that I have is generally tend to be women. So that's what I'm going to be referring to in the masterclass. So who is this masterclass for? It's for you if you are in a toxic relationship, if you have been in a toxic relationship, which has left you feeling broken, dejected, abandoned, worthless, useless, unworthy, unloved, lonely, stuck. There is so many more emotions that you can put on that list, and I would love to hear from you. What are your emotions? Tap it in the comments. Let me know. I completely forgot to mention, if you've not got a pen and a paper, I'll give yourself a second just to go, I'll give you a second, just go and grab one, because it'll be really great if you can be as interactive as possible. Drop me comments, let me know how you're getting on, because the more interactive you'll be, the more you'll write down about your feelings and how you're feeling, the more that you're going to get out of this masterclass. So drop me in the comments, in the chat. What feelings did you feel when you left your toxic relationship? How did that come across to you? What are you experiencing now? And what is it that you might be struggling with? So it's also for you if you are done playing small. Now, this is super important. If you're done playing small, then this masterclass is definitely for you. And if you're done playing small and you want to reclaim your life back, and you want to be the woman who is happy, fulfilled, content, successful, and powerful, and you're in control and in alignment, and you want to be that woman, then I'm telling you, you are in the right place, because that is what I am on a mission for. I'm on a mission to empower as many women as possible to transition from that situation where you are feeling broken to feeling kind of badass, because that is my mantra, broken to badass, and I'm here to make it happen for you. Right then. So what qualifies me? Oh, there we go. So what qualifies me to teach you? So I'd like to give you a little bit more background about me and why I am here today giving you this masterclass. So I've already mentioned that my mantra is broken to badass, because I was also that woman who was in a toxic marriage for 8 long, miserable years. And I had to leave, because if I didn't, I probably would not be here today. So I was in a very abusive, destructive marriage. I was married to a narcissistic man. He was a sociopath. He was a psychopath. He was just hell-bent on making sure that my life was just as destructive as possible. So I had to leave and I had to remove myself from that situation. Overnight, I went from riches to rags, and I found myself being a single mom, and I had to start life all over again. Now, this is going back quite a while when social media wasn't around, the internet wasn't so widely available. It's about 15, 16 years or so ago. And in that time, it was really difficult for me to actually find support. I did go to a women's refuge, I went to a shelter, but I didn't feel very supported at all, because in that time, there just wasn't as much support as there is here today. And I often get a lot of people speaking, when we talk, they say to me, Nazia, I wish I had found you in that time when I was going through my toxic trauma. I wish my friend or my mother or my sister or even my daughter had found you, or, you know, an earlier time, because it took them that long to transition. And this is what led me to my journey to becoming a toxic relationship coach, because I want to empower you to know that, just like me, you can start living your best life. I am remarried. I'm living the life that I only ever dreamt that I could be living. And I know that I can take you to this place as well. We can all get to that place. Sometimes it's just that we don't know where that door is that we can open to get there. So this is what inspired me to become a life coach and inspire women just like you to transition from broken to becoming a badass woman. Okay, so hope you're feeling excited. Let me know, drop me something in the comments. Are you guys ready for today? Because it's going to be a 2-day masterclass event. Now, I know that I've mentioned this on different platforms. Some of the platforms didn't allow me to put in a 2-day event with the timings, but this is a 2-day event. It's today, 7 o'clock, obviously it started, and I'm hoping to be here for the half an hour or so, and it's going to be the same time tomorrow. But if you do not get a chance to watch this, or you need to leave, I understand we've all got commitments, you can actually receive the recording of both these days on replay. So I will be sending the link out to you so you can watch it when you've got more time. Okay, so today what I'm going to be doing is unmasking the reality of how let me say that again. I will be unmasking the reality of how you will feel after a toxic relationship and unraveling the 7 real truths of the turmoil of emotions that may engulf you. So that's what we're going to be covering today. And tomorrow I will be breaking down how you can break the cycles of the 7 real truths that we talk about today, and sharing how you can step into your power. So I'm going to be giving you 7 tangible situations that you might find yourself in today, and you might not even realize that you're there. You might not even have identified that, am I in a toxic relationship, or I've left a toxic relationship and this is how I'm feeling. I just didn't know that I could identify with that. So thank you, Nazia, for putting some words to my actions, because I didn't even know that. So that is what we're going to be covering. But tomorrow I'm going to give you the tools and strategies that I use with my clients to be able to show you how you can break through them cycles, so that you can empower yourself, you can show up feeling like you are in control of your life, because ultimately that is why we're here. We want to give you that power back to you. Now, I would actually really want to make you feel special, because you've turned up today, you've given me your time, and you've turned up live, and I want to actually give you 2 bonuses. So if you stay till the end of the masterclass today and tomorrow, I'm going to give you a very special offer, completely free for you guys, as my way of saying thank you. So if you want to receive this offer at the end, I'll let you know what you need to do. Okay. So let's dive in now. Hope you've got your pens and your notebooks with you. And I'm going to ask you some really badass questions that I really want you to think about. And I'm going to give you a minute or so to digest them and really absorb them. So now imagine how your life would look if you had the confidence to be the you. And when I say the you, I mean the real you, who is hiding right now, who is feeling deflated, who's feeling small, who's feeling dejected and broken. But imagine if you could show up as that badass powerhouse woman. How would you show up? What would you do? So imagine if life got easier rather than getting harder, and you were living like a badass, like I am right now. I am living like I'm unstoppable. Every day I wake up, I think, what am I going to do today? I would never have imagined all that time ago that I could ever do this. So I'm just going to check that everybody is on mute. If you guys aren't, I'm just going to put you on mute because we've just got some interference there. Perfect, lovely. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, imagine if you could show up and you were living life on your terms, what would that feel like? So if you've got your pen and paper or your notebook or whatever it might be, give yourself a minute just to write that down. I want you to think about what would life look like for you? What is it that you would want? What would that reality be? Would it be a healthy relationship? Would it be a better job? Would you be moving forward in your career? Would you have better friends? Would you have people that you feel that you can connect with? Would your circle be the kind of people that you feel you can relate to? What would it look like? And it could be the inner work that you want to do. It could be that you want to show up with more confidence. It could be that you want to feel worthy of yourself and you want to have that self-acceptance of, this is who I am, this is who I've been, this is who I was, and this is who I want to become, but it doesn't define me. And one of the ways that I really moved forward after my toxic relationship was, my past will not define me, but my future will show me who I can become. So tell me, maybe put it in the comments, what will yours be? What is your vision? Because when you have a vision, that's when you have something to work towards. It's really important that you have that vision and you know where you want to go to, what it is that you want to become. Okay. My screen is froze. There we go. Oh, it's gone backwards. So what would that do for you? Now, these are the kind of results that I create all the time for my clients. Every day I'm looking to empower women, and this is how I do it with them. And in this masterclass, this is what I want you to do. These are the results that I create for my clients, and I want to share some of the strategies with you, how I do that, what it is that I do with sharing with them. And I want you to think about Wonder Woman, because she's right there, and I'm a big Marvel fan. But I used to very often imagine that I've got this armor, and when I'm wearing my armor, it's almost like my alter ego. I'm invincible. I can do anything. I can become anyone that I want to be. And I want you to feel that you can wear that armor. When you wear that, how would you show up? How differently would you move forward? So some of the ways that I do this is with some of the techniques that I'm going to share with you. So my framework that I use is called CARE. So I work with my clients based on my signature framework. It's something that I've designed, and it's 4 fundamental pillars that I believe that we need for healing. Okay. So they break them down into 4 different areas. You've got your C for clarify. So I want you to identify, well, what we would do is work on identifying what your blocks are. This is what we're going to do. We need to work out what is holding you back. What are the brick walls that are standing in your way and telling you that you're not good enough? So you've got to work out what it is and identify what your blocks actually are. The second step is the acceptance of what you cannot change and release the resistance that's holding you back. What is it that you're afraid of? What is it that you're afraid to let go? Why are you afraid of that? And then the third step is to realign your inner core to your new identity. Because when you are stuck in the same place, when you're that same person, when you're not open to change, how are you going to change? How are you going to move forward? You know what the past looks like, but you need to know what you can become. And in order to do that, you've got to create shifts. We've got to have ripple effects. We've got to do something that's going to empower you. And that leads me to the E, which is embrace, to become the woman who is waiting to step into her power. And you probably notice that all the blocks are the same size. The reason why I've done this, because we are not all the same. We're all very different, and one person may very well differ. You may have a problem with accepting what you went through and letting go of that anger and that resentment, or you may feel too scared to move forward into the future because you're scared to embrace what the future might be. So we all have different elements, but they're not parallel. They're on different levels. So I've put all 4 of them there for you, so you can have a look and see which one it is that you need to work on. But this is the core element, the CARE program that I use, and we're going to be taking some fundamental sections from there in this masterclass. Oh, well, there we go. So in this next masterclass, I have extracted some of these elements from my program, which I will give you a chance to know more about at the end of the masterclass. So this might not be for everyone, by the way, but if you are that one person who needs to hear this today and who doesn't want to lose them precious years swimming around, trying to find your way to the life that you want to be living, if you are that one person who wants to get there and wants to make a change and is ready to say, Nazia, I'm done. I can't live this life no more. I need to get back on track. I'm just tired of wasting all these years. Then I'm so grateful that we met, because I'm hoping that that one person I can help is you. So stay to the end, because I'm going to let you know later on how we can do that. But you can reach out to me at any time between today and tomorrow. If you want to reach out to me, send me a personal message, and I'm here to support you, because this is what it's all about: women empowering women. So many of us leave our toxic relationships, but yet the patterns continue to follow us. The cycles of toxic relationships don't break. And it's really important to address that and know why. Why does that happen? Because we're not cutting the root cause. We're not cutting that person off. Sorry, cutting that person off isn't solving your problem. It's just putting a plaster over it. Your toxic traits will resurface, and toxic traits will resurface in different people. It will be the same problems, but with a different face, unless you actually identify why that's happening and do something to change it. Oh, I haven't got the admit button here. Great. So you might not be aware of why you tolerate these behaviors. You might not be aware of what it is that allows you to, that's keeping you stuck in that place. But some emotional healing internally needs to take place before we can change these cycles. If you don't change, you're going to carry on with the same patterns, and that's what you may have found. You may have found that you've left one relationship and you've now gone to another, and the cycles have repeated, and you've got to really look inside and think, well, why has that happened? What do I need to change within myself to make that happen? So again, I've got something to ask you, because I'm going to throw in some free coaching in this masterclass today, and I want you to think about these questions really carefully, because they're really, really powerful. And they may be a bit triggering as well, so just a pre-warning, but this is how we're going to get down to the root cause of who you are and why you are here with me today. So what made you feel so vulnerable in yourself that you tolerated that abuse in your relationship? What was it that made you feel that you were so vulnerable? There was something, and that's what we need to address. When did you start believing that the actions were justified by your abuser and adopted the fault to be you? And that is what they are. They are an abuser. If they have been implementing toxic traits into your relationship, then that is abuse. And sometimes we don't really identify with that. We can't really feel that that's part of us. But yeah, when did that happen for you? And when did the tables turn? When did you accept that you must have triggered them or caused a reaction and justified shifting the blame to you being unworthy of anything more? When did you stop believing in you? When did you decide that I don't deserve anything better? Well, we're going to address that, because somewhere in your journey, you lost yourself. And I know, because I felt the same way. And I'm going to delve into how you can shift them cycles and take your power back. So I hope you guys are ready to dive into the 7 real truths that you need to know to break free. Oh, sorry, bear with me a second. Yeah, to break free. So number one of the first real truths that I want you to think about, and this will happen, and you may have experienced it already, but you will have days when you feel that you have relapsed. So you've left and you feel that you're recovering, or you are recovering and you're having a great moment, and then boom, that's it. Something happens. You might hear a song, you might see an advert, but something triggers you and you feel that you're right back in that state of trauma. You might have anxiety, you might get a panic attack, and doubt starts creeping in because it takes you right back to where you were feeling, and you're feeling that you're crumbling. It might have been your song, it might have been something you saw, it might have been that you saw your ex-partner walking down the street, but they're taking you right back to that place where you're feeling small and broken and scared. and vulnerable, or whatever it is that you might be feeling, but you're back in that place again. And you start doubting yourself. You start thinking, well, why am I feeling that way? Is it because I still care? Am I still in love with this person? Do I still want to be with them? Is that why I'm feeling this way? And then your brain starts playing a reminder of the honeymoon phase that you had in that relationship, like a broken record, and you start reliving the moments where you were together and the good times, but yet it completely phases out the negativity, anything negative that happened. And you create a story of the justification of why you stayed. And then that pulls you back in, and you start believing and telling yourself stories like, well, I know that deep down is messed up, but he needs me. I mean, he loves me. I'm the only one that understands him, and he's the only one that gets me. And then you just get this feeling of overwhelm, and you're feeling yourself sinking back into that place of thinking, oh gosh, do you know what? I miss my toxic relationship. Well, I miss my relationship, but it was so toxic. But that's fine because I still need it. Do I need it? Do I want to be there? And you find yourself just engulfed in them emotions again. And now, because you're back there again, you're feeling angry. You're feeling angry with yourself at your loyalty, because you feel like you're right back at square one and you're missing him, and you know what he did to you, and the reason why I'm saying him again, I'm just generally talking about how I've dealt with my clients and the relationships that they've had, but you're missing that person. And you're angry thinking, why? I thought I was so strong. I thought I had my shit together. I thought I had control. And then you're feeling that you just deflated. You can't understand it. You can't put your finger on why you feel that way. So we're going to come back to that in a short while, but I'm going to move on to point number 2. So you'll begin to overprocess all the details of your breakup, and you're going to start thinking, did I make a mistake? And you're going to have an internal battle of love and of hate, which affects your mental state, because you feel guilty and you can't understand why you feel the way that you do. And you know the damage that they did, but you can't explain why you missed them. And it's hard to explain to friends and to family. And then you feel the backlash because they just don't get it. They just don't get it. And then you're going to have that judgment, but you're so angry with yourself because you're so invested. It's called a trauma bond. If it's something that you're not familiar with, it's very similar to having a drug substance or an addiction, So you can't just turn your emotions off, and your body craves them literally, and you literally crave them like you would crave a drug if you had a substance misuse. You have the same withdrawal symptoms. You have the feelings where you just feel like you're going to just die if this person is not in your life, and you can't understand why. And I'm going to talk about this a little bit more later. I've made a note at the bottom, so if you want to know more about this, stay till the end, because I've got a free gift that I'm going to share with you at the end of today's masterclass. So point number 3, the third real truth that I want to share with you. This will then trigger the craving to be with them. And you're going to start suffering from withdrawal anxiety. You might have an internal battle of love and hate, which affects your mental state because you feel guilty and you can't understand why you feel the way you do. You know the damage they did, but you can't explain why you want to miss them. It's so hard to explain to friends and family because of the backlash of what they're going to say. I mean, Nancy, why? I mean, why would you miss that person? Don't you remember how badly they treated you? God, the amount of times that someone said that to me, I could be rich by now, but I couldn't explain it. I did not know what a trauma bond was. In fact, I didn't even know what toxic was or narcissist or anything. None of this terminology, it was all alien to me. But when you can equip yourself with knowledge, that's when you can move forward. So your friends and family, they just don't get it. In fact, you don't get it. And it's called a trauma bond, and it's similar to a drug substance misuse addiction. And this is what we're going to talk about a little bit more later, but I'm going to come back to that. But for now, you just can't turn how you feel off, because your body is craving this person and you are going to suffer the withdrawal symptoms. And continuing with this point, because I think it needs a lot of emphasis, one of the more longer points that I've had, you felt safe with that person. Although that relationship was toxic, you felt safe because it may have been something familiar when you were growing up as a child. It might have come stemmed from your childhood when you were growing up, where you felt perhaps unseen, unheard, unloved, and trying to please someone meant that you were validated. That's how you felt, that you need to validate your love by going the extra mile, by becoming whatever they need you to become in order to please them. And that felt so familiar to you. And that is why when you go into your toxic relationships, they feel so familiar and they feel safe, because that is all that you may know. That is the environment that makes you feel that this is where you are the safest. But if you look at the picture, it's actually something that's very deceptive. And if you're not trying hard, then you feel worthless, because you feel that you have to go for the extra mile for their approval and validation, just like you did as a child. And becoming addicted to that cycle is what you're struggling to break free from, because that is what you know. And this might not have been from just your childhood. It may have been an incident that happened in your life that then made you feel that you had to have that story where you need to have validation from them and you've got to prove yourself. And if you're not proving yourself, then that relationship surely can't be worthy, because it just doesn't work. And we're going to talk a lot more about this in tomorrow's masterclass, where I'm really going to be delving into how to break that cycle and how to understand it and digest it and break it down. And this is what I do with my clients. When we work together, we break down the whys. What was it about you that felt that you needed to be secure in that environment? Why did you feel that way? And what can you do to transition from not having that dependency on someone, but feeling that you have your own validation, and that is enough. But we're going to talk about more about tomorrow's masterclass. Okay, so the fourth point that I want to talk about, following on from point 3, the self-loathing that you will feel because you still want to be with them. You look in the mirror and you loathe the person looking back because you feel so unworthy. So what do? You withdraw. You make yourself busy and life takes over. And it could have been days, weeks, months, years. I have a volume of women that I speak to where I think the one lady was 25 years and she's still carrying that weight of her toxic trauma. She's still not let go of that, and it's still engulfing her and stopping her from moving forward. So it's not like time is going to fix you. Time is there, but you might still be stuck in that state of trauma that you've not transitioned from. And then inside you're hurting and you're suffering and you're feeling that you're in solitude because no one gets you. And I want you to know I get you, because I've been there as well and I know how it feels, but it can feel like a lonely place and you don't know how to transition out of it. So point number 5, the 5th real truth. You're feeling isolated because nobody understands the trauma that you experience and continue to face. So it might be frustrating because you're out with your friends and your family and they'll expect you to move on. And they just expect to be happy now that you're free. It's like, yes, go on, you've got the green light now, you can go out there, you can go and be who you want to be now. So you go out there and go build yourself. And they just expect you to like switch a light bulb on and go out there and start living. But they don't understand that you're still in turmoil. They won't understand why you're not over it. Or even when you're surrounded by people and you're in public, you might still feel so alone. So you bottle it up, you don't talk about it. You put on your fake smile and you plaster a face that just disguises what you're really feeling inside. And you stay in that place of hating yourself and longing to be with them. And you stay in that place of hurting, because unless someone's really been in a toxic relationship, it's really difficult to try and explain the complexity of it, because it really is something really intense. And this is what we need to work on, that root cause of why you might feel that way. So the sixth point that I want to raise, you're feeling decisive about your actions and seek approval from others. So you've abandoned yourself for so long that you are going to struggle to believe in your own self-worth. You will struggle to believe in what you are doing, and you're going to seek that validation and approval because you just have stopped believing in yourself. Sorry, give me a second. So you put yourself down and you say things to yourself like, God, I'm so stupid. I'm so silly. I can't do anything right. Just look at me. I'm such a mess. I wish I could pull myself together, but I'm just not sure how. And you will get to that place where you will just feel that. And you criticize yourself when you make a mistake. You'll be really harsh on yourself because you've learned not to trust yourself. You've learned to seek validation and approval from somebody else, because when you have been stripped of the opportunity to feel that you have got that power, you've been stripped of that. Someone's taken that away from you. They've made you feel so small that everything you've ever done for so long has been wrong. That suddenly you're in a situation and you're by yourself and you've come at this relationship and you're faced with a big bad world, and it's like, what do I do? I don't know what to do. I don't know what decision to make. I don't believe in myself. Can you, someone please tell me what, because you feel helpless. And I remember feeling that way, thinking I've gone overnight from not believing in myself to having to make the most difficult decisions of my life. Where am I going to live? Where are my kids going to go? Where have I got shelter? Am I safe? Do I believe that I am worthy enough to look after my children? Do I believe that I'm worthy enough to move forward? And all these questions that are going to be going through your mind. And the seventh real truth, and I've put a picture of myself here, and I'll explain to you why in a short while. You will struggle to accept your self-worth. Okay. Claiming it as something you deserve will feel alien because you felt so long that you are unworthy. And you will struggle to identify with someone who is deserving of more. And trauma has trained you not to believe in yourself. That toxic relationship has trained you that whatever you've been thinking all this time, it can't be right, because who are you to think that? I mean, surely your opinion doesn't matter. Everything you seem to do seems to be wrong because you've been gaslit for so long that you just don't have that belief in yourself no more. So when someone pays you a compliment, you will struggle to accept it. And you might even question why are they lying to me? Why are they trying to torment me with lies? But this happened to me when I eventually took myself into the dating world, and I met someone. I think he bought me some flowers. And I said, well, what are they for? And he said, well, they're for you. And I had to question, but why? And all I heard was, well, because you deserve them. And it just did not register. I could not put them to the two blocks. I could not fit the jigsaw puzzle. I was completely blown away. Why would I deserve them? What have I done? I've not done anything. Why would I be deserving of them? I could not make that connection. So in my mind, it's like, well, this person must be lying. They're telling me that I'm amazing. They must be lying, surely, because I know I'm not amazing. So why would they be saying it to me? And you'll find that you'll go into that place where you'll feel that you're not deserving. So these are the 7 real truths that you may not have come across. You may have come across the basics, the physical side, the emotional side, the financial side of things. But these are the 7 some of the real truths that you might find yourself in them situations and thinking, hey, I never really thought that would happen. So I want you to brace yourself and be ready to know that you sometimes have to hit perhaps rock bottom to get back up again. And that is what I am here for. I am here for you to lift you back up again. So what we've done, we've unraveled the 7 real truths about the aftermath of a toxic relationship. And I want you to join me tomorrow, where I'll be sharing how to shift into that place of power. So you know what they are, but how are you going to move into that place? But now I want to ask you a question. Are you ready to actually learn how you can move into your power? Drop me a yes in the comments. I want to hear a yes. I want to hear passion. I want to hear a, Nazia, I'm done. I do not want this life no more. I'm sick of being me. I want to be that woman who comes and shows up like a badass. I want to be that woman who says, Nazia, do you know what? I'm sick of being small. I'm sick. Oh, I can hear some, maybe something in the background. Let me just check if everyone's not muted. Let me just mute you all. I want you to show up, and I want you to come into the masterclass tomorrow with that mindset of that we're going to be making shifts, we're going to be making ripples. It's time for you to reclaim your power, and it's time for you to start living your best life. And I never dreamed, I used to imagine that I was a mouse, and I was, just kind of looking down at this man who was just trying to belittle me, make me small. And now I feel like the Katy Perry song. I feel like Hear me roar. And I want you ladies to feel that power. And I am on a mission to make that happen for you. So, oh, sorry, my mistake. I forgot screen sharing again. As I said before, I'm not too familiar with Zoom, but let me just see if I can keep sharing my screen. Right, so yeah, day 2, I want you to join me where I'm going to be sharing how we can shift into that place of power, okay? And we're going to be revisiting these 7 real truths that we've spoken about today, and we're going to be talking about them, and I'm going to be giving you the tools and techniques that you can start implementing to break them cycles, where you're going to question and stop yourself and say, hang on a minute, this is what Nazia warned me about. She told me this would happen, and this is what I need to do to get past this, and this is what I need to do to be able to emerge out of my cocoon and into the badass butterfly of a woman that I can become. So that's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. But before you guys go, I have something that I want to share with you. Now, I did say to you, if you stay with me till the end, I'm going to give you a bonus. So it leads me something to really crucial that I want to share with you. I am going to be sharing my 7 signs of the toxic trauma bond, absolutely free of charge for you ladies here today, because you have shown up and you are here. And if you are struggling to identify what the trauma bond is, this retails at $97, but I'm going to be giving it to all of you ladies completely free of charge. Because if you are struggling to break that trauma bond and you don't even know why you're in there, why you're in that situation, and I know from the conversations that I've had leading up to this masterclass that there's a good handful of you ladies that have said to me, Nazia, I am here, but I don't even know what I'm doing in this place. I don't recognize myself. I don't understand why I miss this person so much, why I feel like I need to be with them. I know that they're toxic. Well, this free ebook that I've created, I'm going to gift it to you. Let me know in the comments, drop me your names, and I will make sure that I will send this out to all of each and every one of you if it's something that you want. But this is my free gift to you. So you can identify what the signs are, you can find clarity on how to break the cycle, you can give yourself the space to break that bond. So this is my gift for you ladies, okay? And you will have, just to recap on everything that we've done today. So the 7 trauma bonds that we talked, the 7 real truths that we spoke about. The first one, you will have days when you feel that you've relapsed. The second one, you will begin to over-process all the details of a breakup and begin to think that you made a mistake. The third one, this will trigger the craving to be with him or be with that person, and you will suffer withdrawal anxiety. The fourth real truth, following on from point 3, the self-loathing you will feel because you still want to be with that person. And the fifth one, feeling isolated because nobody understands the trauma that you experienced and you continue to face. And the sixth real truth, you will feel indecisive in your actions and seek approval from others. And the seventh one, you will struggle to accept your self-worth. So ladies, that is the end of my masterclass slideshow that I'm going to be doing today. And now I'm going to share my screen. Stop sharing my screen and let me see if I can see you all. So let's have a quick look in the comments. And by the way, if you've got any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments for me. I'm going to have a look at them now, but I hope that you felt that you could take something away from today. And remember, tomorrow we'll be showing up again, and tomorrow is going to be the why. What is it that we can do to help you to, what I can do to make this a powerful masterclass for you. I'm going to be working on that tonight as well. I'm going to be adding extra stuff in there that I might feel would benefit you. If there's something that you feel that you want me to add, there's still time to put it in there. Drop me a message, drop me drop me a message on Zoom or on Facebook or a meetup, wherever you guys may have found me. And let's have a quick look at the messages just here as you guys have been dropping in. I know some of you came in a bit late. Don't worry, this is all going to be available on replay. So I will be sending out the replays out to you. You can watch it in your own time. You can record, you can rewind, you can pause, you can read the questions again, you can make notes, and let me know what giveaways have you taken away, what takeaways have you feel that you've taken away with you today. I would love to know, did you feel that you got any value from today? And if it was, what was that? So yeah, just going through the messages. Oh, Saffron is saying, I've just moved to Manchester today. Whoop, whoop. That's amazing. So another fellow Manchester girl. I'm just going to go through. I'm getting a lot of yeses here, ladies. I'm feeling amazing about seeing these yeses. Let me just scroll up a little bit more. Hello, Danielle from Coventry, Emma from Sussex, getting a yes from Tess. Michelle, I know you've been dropping in the comments about yes, do what's right for me, but Danielle, you've written something in the comments that I'm going to read out. My partner's mum died as we got together, and so I put this toxic traits down to grief and manipulated. So he manipulated me to believe that too. The emotional and psychological abuse got much more worse though, and even his best friend told me I was the fifth woman making the same accusations. It's hard to believe it was abuse though, and I still want him to change and need help on why I would allow and accept this. This is exactly why I am doing this masterclass. So Danielle, make sure you tune into tomorrow's masterclass, because we need to know why we are accepting this behavior. There is something about us and how we feel about our self-worth that we need to work on so that we can break these cycles. So thank you for sharing that today. And Garcia, you've mentioned, I feel angry at myself each time I relapse into other people, pleaser mode. I tend to confuse politeness with walking on eggshells. I so hear you. I so hear that we tend to feel that we have to please these people because this is our nature. We are so empathetic that we just give, and it's very very easy for people that are manipulative to take that from you. So we need to really protect ourselves, and we'll be speaking a bit more about that tomorrow as well. I'm just going to scroll through. I'm really conscious of time, ladies, so I don't want to be taking up too much of your time, but I just want to make sure that I acknowledge everyone who's made the time to put something in the messages here at Relapse. Yeah, and oh, brilliant. I see some hell yeses here. Loving it, ladies. Amazing. Thank you, Danielle. Amazing. So I feel absolutely invigorated. I can never say that word, but I am feeling pretty high right now, knowing that you ladies have taken some value from today, because that gives me up and gives me that energy and that focus for tomorrow to make sure that I can deliver that value to you. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate all your thank yous and your amazing messages. Just something from Joanne here. I feel the trauma bond so many times, and it's made me get back together with my ex, and I used to break up with him and get back together until the last time when he broke things off. Thank you. I felt completely understood. I hear you, ladies. I see you. I believe you, and I was you. And my mission is for you to step out from that place and become who I am today, because I'm living my dream. I'm living my best life. And I will be honest with you, for me, my dream, my best life was to be an amazing mom, to have my home and to be able to be there for my children. But your dream might be to travel. It might be to open your own business. It might be to climb that corporate ladder, whatever it is. We need to make a plan to get you there. Okay, so yeah, evening, ladies. Thank you so much for your masterclass. Has helped me reinforce my needs are important. Thank you, Michelle. Saffron, I have definitely been through all these stages and feel like I can jump across. I'm looking forward to see how I can leave all this behind. Absolutely fantastic. Value, Emma says, value is recognizing experience is common and knowing that the cycle can be broken. Amazing. Okay, let me just scroll right down, make sure I've not missed anybody else's messages. Yeah, that's I really appreciate that you guys have taken the time to be with me today. And if there's anything that anyone wants to share while we're still on screen, I'd be happy for you to come off mic and we can have a quick chat if you've got any questions or if there's anything that you guys want to run past me. There we go. So I think I've led you all to this. Is there anything that anyone's got, any questions that anyone's got that they would like to say? If not, I know that I've taken up so much of your time. I just want to say thank you. I feel validated today. I feel heard as well. I feel seen, and I feel as though all my journey has led up to these masterclasses, these moments where I can empower you ladies. So I am so grateful that you have shown up today and you have shown up live and you have given me your time. So what I shall do, have a quick look in the messages. No, I think we're okay. So if that's everything for today then. So I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And in the meantime, if you want to reach out, let me know. And I'm just a message away. I'm here to support you, and I will catch up with you tomorrow at the same time. Much love now. Thank you for being here. Bye. Thank you. Thank you, love. Okay, there we go. How do we finish this from here?